start this thing off. I want to welcome everybody for showing up tonight. I couldn't plan the weather, I'm sorry about that. And we have quite a few teams that didn't make it because of the weather. But we're thinking about them, and I've been talking to them. So this is still, as far as I'm concerned, this is a great turnout. We've got a real diverse group here. We've invited some alumni that haven't ran with us, some people that aren't members but showed up anyway, people we'd like to have as members. If you see some faces in the room you don't recognize, introduce yourself, talk to them. I think everybody's been doing that these last couple hours, and again, I thank you for showing up and being patient with our restaurant staff. This is a little abnormal to do this many individual dinners, but I think they've done a great job. So make sure you take care of those guys. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays. And if I missed anybody's religious beliefs, I'm sorry. Tonight we gather once again to celebrate the past season of racing with family and friends. Normally this would be the time to explain who and what the Oregon Double Shot Series is, but tonight I don't think we need to spend that much time on it because you all get it, you all know it, and you guys are the Oregon Double Shot Series. Tonight we are joined by not just last season's members, we are also honored to be joined by a few of our alumni and also friends and fans of our sport. Please take some time this evening to visit and get to know a bit more about each other. I just covered that. This evening's agenda will be as follows. We'll do the special awards first. We'll do the Oregon Double Shot Series Traditional Awards. We'll do the Oregon Double Shot Winged and Non-Winged Championship Awards. Then I'll have some time for an open mic. So if anybody wants to acknowledge sponsors, friends, family, that would be the time we'll do that. After the awards, I'll finish up with my review of last season and kind of hit on some topics of 2014, what's coming up. So, Samantha? Carrie Jo, if you don't mind setting out awards, I can have Samantha help this year? Or do you want to help? And there's a reason, because the first award's for you. So. That's for Carrie Jo. Our first award is the Oregon Double Shot Series 2013 Official Statistician, I said it, and Cookie Baker, Carrie Jo Smith. Carrie Jo takes care of a lot of the paperwork that, well, I'm a guy, I don't want to deal with it. And she's been spoiling us for a long time with custom cookies, homemade cookies, at almost all the Matters events. And she's been with us from not quite day one, but pretty early on. And I think we're pretty lucky to have her. I think he even ditched a wedding this year to make sure you go to one of our races. So that's pretty committed, and she does it because she cares about you guys, and she likes you guys, and she likes the way she's treated. So we're also pretty honored that they've tried to hire her away from us over the last couple of years, and she stood by this group. So Carrie Jo, thank you very much.
You're the best, Carrie. Love you, Carrie.
This next award recognizes a track. In this day and age, it's not too often that you get greeted with a handshake and you get thanked for spending time and money to work on your equipment, to take time off work, to show up and support a track. These guys have supported us for quite a while. We really love the entire family that operates the track, especially the trophy girl. The Oregon Double Shot Series 2013 Outstanding Track Host, Matters Speedway. This is, for the most part, the entire Arnold and Packard family that own and operate Matters Speedway. We're out there countlessly, and normally about the last 2 or 3 races, you talk with them and they talk about how they're so ready for the season to be over. They so want to sell the track. They're so tired of this. And then about 2 weeks later, I get a call. I so miss everybody.
So Mike working again?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I'm not going to be in your way this year. Well, the funny last year was we had a different setup, and so we kept talking. None of my pictures came out.
Looks here like an interrupted right here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Come on, Dickie.
Tommy's a cheapskate. He probably still has Polaroids at
So I wanted to thank you all for participating in the Make-A-Wish race. A lot of you participated, and I really do appreciate it. And this year we raised enough money to send a little boy and his family from Madras to Hawaii for 7 days. So, pretty awesome. So I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting Make-A-Wish for us. And again, also, you guys are a great bunch of guys. I mean, we love it when you guys come out. You know, I mean, you guys put on a great race every time, no matter if it's winged or non-winged. And we just love you guys, so thank you all so much.
The only complaint that I've heard in the last couple of years is Mr. Parker having to get pulled out with a grater because it stayed out of the mud hole. But that quickly prompted Scott to fix that, and that's never been a problem since. And yeah, the Make-A-Wish race was a great deal. You know, it wasn't a huge car count, but it was a great show. The favorite driver race turned out to be a blast. Fans loved it. They enjoyed it. And I think we more than exceeded their goals and expectation. And it'd be kind of cool to see that grow a little bit bigger. And it'd be cool to be able to grant 2 wishes a year. That would be awesome. So that's what we need to work on. So these next 3 awards are kind of a special award. We normally don't do them. Each one of these guys, at some point or another, had to work on their cars way too much at the track. Racing's racing. Sometimes stuff happens. I don't think any of these guys, they were all victims of multiple just racing stuff things.
Stuff happens?
Stuff happens.
What happened?
Stuff happens.
Shit happens.
Well. The Oregon Double Shot Series 2013 Hard Luck Award goes to the following drivers: Tommy Marino, Guy Weedman, and Ryan Arnold.
No, do them all 3 together.
All together?
Yeah.
Well, that might work. Yeah, whatever.
How many axles can you change in a night?
It depends on the
It
night.
depends on if they're front, rears, or both, and how many times in one night. The recipient of this next award, this is a little bit of a story. A couple years ago, we gave him a special award to recognize a long time commitment to racing, and not just somebody that goes to a track, somebody that if somebody can't get to a track and he needs a little cash, needs a part, this guy goes out of his way to take care of it. There's countless. I'm sure the gentleman can't even tell you how many people he's helped over the years get to a racetrack, go racing, get funded, loan out shop space, give away parts, loan cars out. Just a great guy. We gave him the Lifetime Commitment to Racing Award a couple years ago because I guarantee he's got a picture of a quarter midget in his back pocket that he's carried around for a long time. It started with him racing, and is just carried on. He's still racing today. Hopefully he'll talk to us a little bit about what this award means to him. The Oregon Double Shot Series 2013 Living the Dream Award goes to Wayne Vinray.
Yeah, Jennifer's gonna get one of that.
Hurry, Mom. I know.
I had one just like this that we took about 5 years ago.
Yeah, she's a little shorter
I
than
carried it in my truck with me the other day. Thank you. Give him the mic.
Speech!
What?
Speech!
I want to explain to him what the award means.
Living the dream. Well, my dream was when I got married 36 years ago with this lovely woman over here, was to make it to 50. And we're getting closer. We got 14 years to go. That's my dream. She is also the reason, and I can't even tell you what year it is, that I got back into racing. When she said, how much time have I got here? Because I could probably stand here and talk for an hour about the Arnold family and what they mean to all of us.
Let's hear it!
Hey, you know, take this. Tell you, I've raced at a lot of tracks, and there's a couple of guys right here that have raced at a lot of tracks, and there's a couple guys over here. This guy over here has been a lot of tracks, and that old guy back there, Mr. Atkins, has been in probably as many tracks as any of us. But
That's Bert.
I assume that your living the dream thing is about me going to Paris this year. But you know, that was something that I wanted to do. But I'll tell you, there isn't anything more fun than loading up your car and going to Madras and racing with this family right over here, and this lady here. It's as good a place as there is, as good a time as there is. And how can you beat this little trophy girl? So, living the dream is me being a month short of being 63 years old and still doing this with all you guys. So that's my dream.
We're just going to start the traditional awards portion of this. Normally we would give out plaques for board members. The club has 3 members that for on-track decisions, decides on what's going on, how to format stuff, how to help out, bounce ideas off each other, how to deal with any racing stuff. I'd like the other 2 gentlemen to stand up for a minute so you can acknowledge them. Your 2013 Board of Driver and Owner Representatives was Tommy Marino, Darren Roth, and Tony Parker. We all got tired of buying each other plaques, so we just opted not to do that the last couple of years and spend it on the rest of the awards for everybody. This next award goes to a guy that I truly think deserves it. If you look at his overall points finish at the end of the year, it shows it. We've all watched him struggle over the last couple of years with car issues and jobs back and forth and strapping every way a guy can, but still showing up, still putting a smile on his face, still dragging Dad to the track, and still going out and having a good time. This last year, I think I had to race him longer and harder to get around him when I could than I can remember in years. the Oregon Double Shot Series 2013 Most Improved Driver, Darren Roth.
Thank you. You gotta say something.
Thank you.
Now, there's a funny joke about the Most Improved, and that's probably why Jim came, because he thought he was going to get to honor me with it, and it kind of even goes back to a Matter of Speedway kind of a deal. You know, I think I won that award like 4 years in a row, and so you really don't know how bad you stink until you get the same award over and over and over, and it really makes you wonder, well, what am I doing, you know? So after getting the first couple of years we ran, or second, third, I can't remember, I'm running late for work. I've got to haul butt over to Madras to catch up with everybody. I'm running late, car's already there, it's already loaded. For some reason, I got a whole bunch of people standing around the car, and I'm down there checking tire pressure, and I finally look up, and it goes 2003, 2004, 2000. It says Most Improved, Slightly Better, you know, Glimpse of Hope. Thanks to yeah. Well, so you cut the vinyl, buddy. You stuck it on the car. Thanks a lot, Jim. I had to finally get that monkey off my back. This next award is a traditional award we've been giving out for years. When you talk to a lot of our alumni guys that have been in the club, I call them veteran guys, for more than a couple of years, at some point or another, this gentleman has wrenched on somebody's car. He's helped them out. And he normally, he kind of bounces around the club a little bit, but in talking to every guy that he's ever helped out, they all end up saying the same thing. This guy helped me sort my car out. This guy helped me learn how to tune my car a little better. This guy, he always helped. He always helped that team out, and it always made him better, made him more competitive, it made him better to race with, gave him better car control, made him safer to race. We could, run side by side and not anybody get nervous. So, the 2013 Oregon Double Shot Series Crew Chief of the Year goes to Otto Baldwin.
Way to go, Otto! Way to go, Otto! You want your first?
Speech.
It's okay, go ahead.
Speech.
Yes, do you have time?
Thanks!
That's all.
So,
I really gotta have my eyeballs on. Get my professor look going, huh?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, well, thanks. You've all been through this. I just Friday spent $100 to go to the eye doctor to tell me I had perfect eyes. Perfect eyes.
and you were
It says, 20/20, your peripheral, they do this camera shot thing, your nerves, no tumors, not blah, 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 blah. I said, why am I wearing these stupid things? And he goes, well, you're just getting older, get over it. It'll get worse. Last year, we actually didn't have a Rookie of the Year, but nonetheless, we had somebody that we kind of wanted to recognize, and we wanted to do an honorary Rookie of the Year. We thought we had this guy on the hook, and he was going to join and become a member this year, and maybe get one of these really ugly, crappy trophies, but he didn't spring for it. So just to jab him a little bit, we gave him the Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda Rookie of the Year award. That would be Jake Gilman.
Would have been a trophy.
should have been a trophy.
If you would have bought it.
You got the plaque and the body wash?
Yeah, he'll be back, right? So we're going to start off with the championship series winners. We'll start with last place first. The Oregon Double Shot Series Wing Sprints. Coming in 5th place this year was Guy Weedman. He'll have a speech when he gets the big one, the big fish.
Yeah.
He's not here tonight joining us, but we want to recognize him anyway. 4th place finisher overall, Andrew Reitman. Yeah, I just didn't think I would have thought of that, huh? Just another pretty face. 3rd place in the wing division, and I think this is, we got a couple guys that kind of doubled up and did the exact same from last year. The 3rd place in the wing division, our very own Tommy Marino, Tequila Tommy.
I'll do the auto.
Wait a minute, where's your trophy girl?
Yeah, no trophy girl. There we go.
He's the back-to-back bookend recipient winner.
3rd place.
So he wins 3rd in both divisions, so he's got bookends.
Jamie, bring your beer.
Yeah, right.
Tommy, get back up there.
Okay. Bring the girl.
I have more instructions.
House full of women, you think you would be used to it by now.
Tommy, put your arms around the women
Have
It's
them
okay.
trophy.
and let them hold the trophy.
Just like this, Jim?
That's the way you do it. Let the trophy a little bit lower.
There we
and
go.
Arms around their waists.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, Jim.
Jim's been guiding me throughout my racing career. But I do want to say one thing, you guys. Sure.
Microphone.
One thing. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I want to thank, there's another series champion here. Came over to spend the evening with us just so that we could fill this room. So Rob Lindsay, Rich Jentis, thank you guys for coming. Let's give a hand for Rob Lindsay.
Second place in the wing division, Ryan Arnold.
Bring a truck big enough to haul out nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
And for the 2nd time in a row, 1st place winner, Tony Parker. Here.
Wait.
Not bad for a retired team.
Yeah.
Put your arm around her waist, Tony.
That was his first on it.
Yeah. What do you think 1st place would be, honey?
Tony, smile! Now look at the camera and smile.
You done? So my little speech is, like Tom, I thank you guys for showing up and supporting our events. Arnold family for continuing to welcome us there, even when we have big parties, and allowing us to race there. We appreciate it. I'd like to take a minute to recognize somebody who helped us out this year with racing. Rick Bosch from Heinz Mechanical Incorporated helped us out a little bit with some funding this year, so I'd like to give him an award for sponsoring our car this year.
Get out there. You're as guilty as everybody else.
Samantha.
Samantha, you gonna get over here?
Get in there. There you go.
We're gonna get this down.
And there's me. So in the wingless division, coming in 7th place this season
Car 3.
is Wayne Van Rayden. Sporting a fancy new paint job.
Fancy new paint job?
Yeah, he brought the ducker out.
Quack, quack. Are we done? Oh, what?
Oh, one more.
One more, Wayne, one more.
It says one
Oh,
more.
just 6 more.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you. Beavers.
Go Beavers. The house divided.
6th place in the wingless division, Ryan Arnold.
Round her waist, Arnold.
4th place in the wingless division, 4th place actually in both divisions, Andrew Reitman. Fifth place in the wingless division, Tony Parker.
What a glory now.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, I love you. Retired last year. How many times we're all gonna fall for that one? Where are we at? 3rd place. Oh, we skipped over me, then we went back to them. Okay. 3rd place, Tommy Marino.
There you go, Tommy.
Where's your daughters?
Where's the daughters? Come on.
Girls up
You're
there.
here.
Girls.
Trophy girl first.
Okay, girl. Hey, get in there.
Hand around her waist, Jim.
Okay, now the daughters.
Okay.
Now the real bosses.
That's okay. Now hold it there. Number 3.
Thanks, everybody. Wait a minute, I'm not done. No, wasn't gonna go away that easy. I wanted to talk to Scott and Debbie a little bit. I need a refund. My wife comes to the races with me every time I go. And all she does is sit in the trailer. She never comes out to the racetrack. She doesn't sit in the grandstands. She sits in her trailer, makes her coffee, works on her puzzles, and waits for the word it's all clear for me to come back in. Meanwhile, my girls are done her text messaging Mom. It's all good, Mom. He's okay right now.
She's mowing her grass.
So, yeah.
She's mowing her grass.
But I do want to thank the Arnolds because, you know, they make it so much fun for us to go to Madras, and we look forward to going there every time. I do want to thank Wayne. He's been one of my biggest sponsors throughout my sprint car career because he lets me park all my junk over in his yard, and he helps me every time I need help. I appreciate the Parkers very much because I can walk into their trailer and ask them to borrow anything, or just get a hug from Mama Parker.
That's worth a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brian, I got it. See that? Brian probably thinks I'm Stevie Wonder. Sorry, buddy. I did not see you. And there you were. And the side of you has been with me since the day I ran into you. So I do have a car for sale, though. Thanks, everybody.
I think everybody will agree this next one is a much-deserved place. Second place in the women's division, Darren Roth.
Print that yourself?
You bet. I had to buy this one. Oh, cow.
They're heavy.
Hey, Darren, I think you should have Tony's daughters too.
I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe it's full of money.
Bring your
Jamie,
dad.
Maria,
You should go with Auto too.
this is a little too heavy for me, so.
You guys will hold it.
Mi casa su casa.
And the hands are gonna stay on the shoulders, okay, Tommy?
You can take that home.
Darren, drag your dad up here.
Samantha, get over there.
Earl, get up here.
Earl? Now, if I had a bottle of cat in my hand, he'd come running. I had a bottle of cat in my hand, but most of us would be out of here by now. 86 forever.
There's some in my house.
We're going to Maria's
We're
house.
going to
We're all
Maria's.
going to Maria's. Party at Maria's.
I'm leaving.
Wait, I'll go with you. Well, I'm not gonna stand here and hold this, but. You know, first of all, I gotta thank all of you guys for being there, coming to the races, and, you know, everybody helping each other out. But most importantly, I gotta, thank that guy right there, just now sitting in his chair, helping me, every day, every race. I don't think he's probably missed maybe one race out of 10 years I've been doing this. And I love the guy. He puts up with my stuff. I get a little grouchy on race day.
What stuff is that?
That's free smoke, Aaron.
Yeah. But we gotta, I appreciate, racing with Tony. I had a good time this year. We had some really good races. One of my best races was at Madras this year. We ran really good. That was probably one of the best races I've had, is racing this guy side by side for
32 laps to get around to a 25-lap race.
it was fun. It's nice to have a really good track to race at. Appreciate the Arnolds for doing that for us. And like I said, again, great friends like Tommy, Wayne, especially Wayne. Wayne, these two guys, they will bend over backwards to help you out. And I really, really appreciate that. More than words can express.
My back's sore, Norm.
All right,
I'm sorry I called you that. Sorry, Darren.
It's okay. It was close.
Did there, I'm sorry. So the final big award goes to back-to-back two-time wingless champ, Guy Weedman.
Fastest farmer in the country.
Definitely the fastest farmer in the country. fastest, and I don't care even when he's loading his car on the hook and all four corners are falling off and we gotta stick it on somebody else's flatbed to get it home, still smiling at the end of the night. That is a class act right there, guys.
Mark, you want in?
No, I'm
Come on.
okay. Get it on there.
If the camera's not, phone's not.
Gotta get in there, just for one. Get in there.
He'll be online.
We'll get a copy to you.
I'm not very good at talking, but we'll figure it out. I'd like to thank my wife, Jared. 39 years with that wife. Only one. I keep saying I'm gonna quit, but they keep telling me I'll keep going, and I'm hanging in there. But Jared, her, and Aaron, of course, is always here and helping me, and you know, I've been leaving her at home more this year because she had to take care of harvesting, and I just felt like I could leave and go race and have some fun. Had some good times this year racing with everybody. I mean, we got a good group of guys that are friendly and they help each other, and it's been fun racing with everybody. So hopefully we can keep it up. I think I'm going to try to go a little more next year. So see what happens.
We gave Denise Blasing the flowers earlier for making these cookie trays, and I would like to give each team that was registered got a tray of cookies. I'd like to have each one of those registered drivers come up so we can get a group shot with the cookies if you wouldn't mind. I got Wayne Van Raden, Brian Arnold, Tony Parker, Darren Roth, Guy Weedman, Tommy Marino, Andrew Reitman is not here with us this evening, and we made a special tray up because everybody, if you don't know, the next up-and-coming sprint car driver is right here. It's only going to be time before it's going to be, Grandpa, you're not driving that. Can I borrow that? So we got Samantha a tray too because she's running the indoor series this year in karts. Got your name, custom cars there.
Who's your tires? Checker flag.
I never had a cookie with my name on it.
Aaron, just bring me to the
Great. Those are great cookies, I saw them.
You can send me one.
Yeah, Tony sampled them.
Thanks, Denise. Thanks, Tony.
I think it's some of those special little treats like that that really makes this personal, not just some store-bought something off the shelf that anybody can go do. So again, thank you, and I'll stop now.
Love you, Tony.
So I've got some, I've already done my sponsor. I've got some open mic time. You got something you want to give away? All right, come on up, I'll grab it.
Got a heater. Spatial heater.
My time.
Box inside of a box inside of a box. It's a box of foam. Awesome.
Yay!
I tried to get Tony to do different things. Get up front. You know, get out there and pass them guys. Get them all going. Tell them, we need the trophies, we need this, we need that, for things. All I did is talk to the right person. I got this right person to do it, and told her she's got to get some trophies in here to get on her shelf and stuff. Well, anyway, I found this trophy and things, and it's got Trophy Girl, mascot, and everything, and it says Allie on the front of it. Got your name. Help us out. That way she's got her own trophy at home. This is a surprise because she didn't know this was happening. Then I got another person that come out and, you know, supported some racing and everything like that, and she made every race that we ran this year. She got there last year, but this year she was for every one of them. And I thought it was pretty cool. So she's got a trophy too. If Vicki will come up here.
Way to go, Daddy.
She supported her, and I'll tell you one thing, it's lucky all you drivers out there this year, you didn't bump her car. Because I'll tell you what, if you heard this girl up there in the stands and some of you guys got close to her and things, oh my God, I couldn't repeat what she said.
I just love this. Anybody ever, and as long as I can get to the track, I will be at the track.
I got one more for a guy that saved my butt many times at the racetrack, and he couldn't be here tonight. I was hoping he would be. That's Austin. He helped us. But he had to go to his dad's this weekend. Probably going to go fishing and hunting. But I didn't let him know we had trophies up there for him. Anyway, thank you for going here tonight. We all thank the Matters Racetrack. That's the only track we run this year. I'll tell you what, of all you drivers out here, that's why we ran Matters. And Tony got upset with me a couple times, and some of the other people. I said, we're going to go to a track that I don't have to worry about the track. People driving there tearing up our car. And we found a group of guys to run that wasn't that aggressive to tear up stuff for the fun of it. And that's why we run Matters all the time.
Right on.
And I love all everybody in here knows how much it costs to support this sprint car racing and things in this. We all got hobbies, and this is an expensive hobby, and that's why we want to keep them together. Because I don't like to see race cars wrecked, because it's too dangerous and things, and we have a good time. Like I say, the Arnolds comes around and tells you how grateful they are you're there, and that means a lot to me.
10-4.
All right. Thank you. I'll take my gear box.
All right, I got a couple more things we want to do now.
got your own one up there, didn't you?
Every once in a while, somebody comes along in your life and touches you, and you want to do something to help them, but you don't quite know exactly what to do. But a few years later, after you've kind of got to know this person, they've decided to start racing. And one of the ways that I kind of figured that maybe I could do a little help and pay back and honor the way that their sportsmanship is and their fortitude is to give a little sponsorship help to them. And watching this person race this past year, she's probably partway through her season, but Samantha, come up here. This is for you, honey, and your kart racing that you're doing, and I've watched you grow from a little girl at Madras Speedway, and I'm going to give you some help for your kart, and I have some decals for you to put on your car. They're from my business, and here's one for your wing, and there's a little card in here with some money for you. That and I want to tell you, sweetie, it's for you. It's not for mommy and daddy. We're going to keep that a secret. But you know, if you want to share it with them a little bit, because I know they've helped you quite a bit too. But you use some of that for your Christmas money as well. But anyway, my wife and I, Becky, and wanted to help Sam here launch her kart career, and we've been down to Salem and watched her, and you know, she's got a couple of trophies that she's won this year. How many have you won?
Four.
Four trophies in what, 2 races? Or 3 races? Two races and 4 trophies. So congratulations, sweetie. Oh, forgot this one.
That's yours. That's yours.
This is my car.
Put it on your car.
I will treasure this on my car, sweetheart.
Couple things left and we're pretty much wrapped up here for tonight. I said in the beginning of this I was going to do my little review of 2013. Could have been a long-winded scenario, but I narrowed it down to pretty much one phrase. Too much. Just too much. I looked at all the schedules at the beginning of last season and kind of overlaid them on my Outlook book, like calendar like everybody would do. And with a 360 dirt sprint car in the state of Oregon and Washington, there were over 110 races I could have ran. Over 24 weekends at 8 different tracks. Now you don't have to be too smart to start doing some math and figuring out that it's just about impossible for everybody to make all those races. So then racers start picking and choosing where they're going to go and when they're going to go, and next thing you've got crazy car counts. You got 28 cars one weekend and then you got 4 the next weekend and nobody knows why. I'm going to tell you why. Too damn much. So, is that too much racing? It's a question. Is that too many options? That's a question. Is that what our sprint teams want? That's a question. Can a club like ours or any group survive like this? That's a question. Can tracks continue like this? Another good question. It's a good thing for, is it good for tracks to be running those series? It's a question. Last year I stayed off the internet mostly. I didn't do the typical phone soliciting as we're known to do during the race season, before races, and really check up on all our staff. I just kind of backed off and I did it on purpose. I sat back and watched what tracks and other groups were doing. Who's supporting what? What are you getting for your money and time spent at the track? Here's what I learned. Car counts were all over the map because of one reason: too many options. Nobody didn't show up at a race because they didn't like a track or a race. There was simply too many races to choose from and not enough time and money to make them all. Too much is simply too much. Tracks and contracts, or a lack of. A certain string of tracks just doesn't care, or they're too big and too busy to really invest the time in each and every one of you. Too much is just too much. I learned at the conclusion of 2013, most of you feel like I do. You want to race, but not 25 weekends straight. You want to race at different tracks from time to time, but not tow 8 hours each way all the time. Most of you don't want to or can't spend $1,000 per race 25 times a year. Too much is too much. The best part I learned is how much you teams value my time spent at the track working for you. Even on the nights when I'm not there with the car, I still show up, I still help you guys out. Countless times I heard a thank you for my efforts. Folks, that's the reason I keep doing this, and that's the reason I'll keep doing it, because that's what we need to happen. What's the biggest thing I learned from reviewing 2013? That stuff I'm really not going to get into. The biggest thing I learned is we kind of stepped back, and I wanted to see what this series was going to do with nobody really leading it. Because there's some other series out there that nobody really leads, and where are they going to go? It didn't take long. It took 3 or 4 races where I've got track officials coming to me on my off nights, and I'm not even at that track to race. I'm not even there supporting any of our cars. And they're asking me what's going on, and why is this way, and why is it, and who, and how, and why, and what. When it's not my deal, I'm there to drink a beer and watch some racing. That makes me wonder. I've listened for years to stories about, well, maybe for the betterment of sprint cars, the ODS maybe ought to just lay down. Close up shop, start a new group, regroup, revamp. Well, after looking at last season, after looking at the last couple of years, there's probably some things we could change. There's probably some improvements we can make, but I really don't think we're broke. What's in store for 2014? Less is more is a lesson I took away from Warper this year. It was something that I heard not just from dirt tracks, not just from sprint cars. I heard it across the board with everybody. Traveling too far too many times, trying to make too many races, trying to get every car in the world to come to your racetrack every time. More and more guys are stepping back, regrouping, trying to schedule a little fewer races, give guys more time to fix their cars, pad their wallets, and make it to the next show. I think last year with the advent of us going from speed week to speed weeks, it was pretty evident by the time we got to the end of the second straight week of running, not nightly, but pretty darn close, that the 4 cars in Elma was strictly everybody was out of parts, out of money, and out of time. Again, too much is too much. While the schedule is still a ways out for us, your feedback in the days to come will be important in building a list of races and tracks that you guys want to support. We'll definitely be back at Madras Speedway, especially for the select events. Debbie hasn't given me her hit list. I know how many times she wants us there, but there's definitely 3 or 4 that I want to make sure we hit. Make-A-Wish is obviously one of them. Oval Spectacular is a pretty good show for that track. Probably be there for that. And we'll probably wrap up the season there again. Haven't had the log haul on us yet, because normally Tommy's passed out by then, so that's pretty good.
Is that sunrise?
Is that the sun coming up or headlights?
I lost my helmet there.
I lost my helmet in Madras. River City Speedway is an option for us.
Wait a minute. What happens in Madras stays in Madras.
I wasn't repeating it. River City Speedway is an option once again if we choose to do that. I have to attend a meeting, the next board meeting, and kind of go over whether that's an option for us if we want to do it. Medford and Coos Bay, fairly highly interested. I've had conversations with them off and on for the last couple of years. Looks like you can finally get to a point of a good purse to get a good show of non-wing cars there. Mike Atkins is here tonight. Last season he promoted the first United Sprint Car Invitational at Yakima Speedway. It was on the heels of a horribly failed sprint car race, and I viewed the results, and to me they were successful. He met his goals. He didn't oversell. He didn't undersell. He actually had to turn a couple cars away because of the purse structure. So I think he did a great job with it. When I get done here with only a couple more lines, I'm going to give Mike a chance to get up here on the mic and talk to you a little bit about Yakima. I'm curious how many of you would support an all-wing show at Skagit, if that's even an option. It's a little bit of a tow for most people, but it's something that, you know, I'm not even going to try to talk to Steve Eiler about it unless I know that we've got teams that would support it. There's a question for all of us. If we towed farther, including a race at Yakima, Skagit, Medford, St. Helens, and 3 to 4 races at Madras, would you support that? Just a question, a hypothetical. That'd be like a 7 to 8 race non-wing schedule. Something to think about, and something to come to, you know, we can discuss in the near future. I've had a few conversations, and we'll be looking at a title sponsor for 2014. I've also talked to a couple people about supporting sponsorship. So that's good news. We can use it to help the purse, or use it to help tow monies for people that are a little too far away and get more guys at the track. I'm intending on having a general membership meeting early March. By then we'll have schedules locked down. No intentions of changing any rules. They ain't broke, we ain't fixing them. Typically we don't get a turnout for a general membership meeting, but before anything gets posted on any forums or anywhere else, it'll be open to club members first to discuss and to get that news first before it gets on social media. So that's pretty much for my end of the show tonight. Does anybody here have a question that I can answer now? I'm not sure. What's an option would be to do kind of what we've been doing. I've got some options that I'd like to talk to you about too. I've got more guys that are more focused on just non-wing only. So it's I kind of got to get a balance and a feel for what we want to do for next year. So, and there's some options too though. I mean, stuff we can work on. I'll get with you on that.
We still have wings, we haven't sold them.
Nobody sold them. I've got a couple guys that can't do the wing deal right now, fixing the cars or lack of spares to go wing racing. But for the most part, our club can go either way. Wow, that sounded bad. Do I have any more questions? What's that, pay you? Yes, Jim can come push us around again. He hasn't seen us in a couple of years. I got to give him some gas money. So if nobody else has got any questions, I'd like to turn this over to Mike Atkins, and he can talk a little bit about the Yakima deal, kind of fill you in a little bit, and that's something that by March I can talk with you guys about. Last year we had dates that conflicted. He only had 2 dates he could schedule on. Both those dates conflicted with tons of tracks. This year we might have an option to work together. So I know what I pulled. I talked to quite a few people in the last couple of years, and there was about 6 or 7 guys in this room, and a couple that aren't here, that would like to put that on their bucket list of tracks to race. So that's good news for Mike. I'll let Mike talk to you guys.
Let's hear a drum roll for this guy here. Something like that. Yeah. He's done a great job here with the double shot series, keeping it going, and I know it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to keep it going. And with our sprint car racing being as turmoil as it is right now throughout the states, it takes quite a bit to keep everybody together and still find a racetrack to go race at where you're not locked out, whether it's an economy car like I have, or a 360. I mean, there's rules, and do you fit, do you not fit? Well, my dream was the promoter race where people just wanted to come and race and have fun. That sounds kind of crazy, but I did it. Tony and I have been talking over the last couple of years, and then down at Warpa, I think it was last year, we got together, and I said, well, I want to put a race on over at Yakima. They always have a big race at the end of the year, ASCS, it pulls in a lot of money, big show, you know, it's a glamour deal, but I think really that area can be groomed for one special race midsummer. So we hooked up to the promoter. Tony was there too, and I was there, and actually I started securing a date, or at least trying to secure a date. And when the date actually came to me, like he said, I only got 2 dates to draw from, and unfortunately one of them was on the Make-A-Wish deal, and I didn't want to distract from that whatsoever. Really impressed to hear what you guys did there. That was fantastic. And I think everybody needs to give yourself a big hand for that. But I'm sure it took everybody in this room to do it. So anyway, there you go. Come on, here. So anyway, I went ahead and stepped out on the limb and figured, who the heck can I get to race? You know, I haven't been racing for a while, and who will come and support? Like Tony said, it's rough. You know, people pick and choose. Maybe they got money, and maybe they don't have money that weekend. And it's pretty hard to go to a promoter or a track and say, yeah, I'm going to have 22 cars here. Somebody had already done that over there and burnt the bridge and showed up with 4 cars, 3 broke, 1 ran. Well, that didn't want to be me. So I know that Tony's got a group of guys that want to venture out a little bit, and I knew I had a bunch of old guys sitting around with cars in the garage, so I thought, well, I'm going to do it. But I needed that confidence. And I think that's one thing that you guys have here is a core value of confidence. And we're a dysfunctional family, no doubt about it. But when it comes down to it, you give your word, you're going to show up and race probably. You say you're going to be there, you're going to be there. So my friend over there at the end of the table, Bert Johnson, him and I started Wesco years ago and pushed that thing through. He come up with an idea, well, why don't you get him to pledge? Let's see, that's Jerry Lewis, where they got to pay money or something, you know, and no, just get a pledge to support you. So I did. Before I went to the promoter, I went back to all my guys, said, look, this can only happen if you want it to happen. I'm not racing anymore. So they all come back and pledge that they're going to support it if I went out and got it. Okay, to make that long story short, it happened. We had a cap on this, on the purse, and the guy trying to promote it, he's not a promoter by his own words. He says, we need somebody to come over here and put about $100,000 into it and lose it as a promoter, you know, the normal stuff. And I don't have that kind of money, but if you guys want to come and run, I'll pay you $2,000 or $200 a car. Well, the or didn't translate very well, and later on it come down to, no, he can only get 200 to 300 people in the grandstands, and I'm only going to pay you a cap of $2,000. I'd already told the guys that we really couldn't hold there for less than 200. Even though they were good racers and said, I'll race for nothing, we didn't really want to do that. So the bottom line is we're going to try to build up the grandstand, front gate, work with the guy, try to get a race over there. And I'd like to extend that invitation to come run with us to Tony and whoever he chooses or whoever you guys choose to come and run with us. I've raced with all of you, and I don't have any problem with it. I know you're got a race next to each other the next week, and you got a lot of the Wesco mentality where, okay, so we had a wreck, everybody jumps in and helps everybody else out. And that's the kind of guys that's left over there at Yakima racing with. We had 10 guys, most of you have raced with them, with Kyle Secord, Brandon Skeeters, Brandon's kid, and so on down the line. So that's what I'm working on. Don't know if it can happen, but I'm living my dream. I'm going to try for the second annual United Sprint Car Invitational race.
I'd like to thank Bert and Mike for coming down from up north. I don't know how Bert got roped into it. keep Mike awake and alive. That's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 2013 season. We're done, just about on time. Again, I thank you all for showing up and participating, not just this season, but tonight. Merry Christmas. Have a good and safe New Year, and I hope everybody makes it home safe, whether it be tonight or after the shopping spree. Thanks again, everybody.